Zain, signing a new contract here at Doncaster Rovers. How pleased are you to extend your stay with the club?
Yeah, I'm really happy. I think that was the main aim when I came here for the end of last season, was to try and get myself a contract. Didn't know how much I'd enjoy it. I was just desperate to get back into football, obviously with a difficult period out. But I really enjoyed it. Found my love for the game back again, and really excited to start the new season.
I mean, when you consider everything that you've been through, getting that, you've got that security for yourself now, as much as you can get in football anyway for the next year. How pleasing is that? I think the last time we spoke to you, we sat in that dugout and on the day that you signed, and so much uncertainty for you still at that stage. Yeah,
definitely. It's obviously nice to have that security, and obviously the club have been great with me, with that, really transparent and honest with me, and that's all you can ask, and that's all I've really needed from a club. And really happy that I've landed on my feet here, and excited to start the new season.
You mentioned it. How enjoyable was it those last few weeks of the season that you were in and involved?
Yeah, obviously results are results, and everyone wants to win. But for me, my main aim was to get back on the pitch and start enjoying it, and being around people that I can enjoy work with again. And I was doing that. So on a personal note, I was really happy to come into work every day. Obviously new targets for this year, and we want to win more games, and I want to play better football. Don't feel like I played my best football, but it was sort of like a stepping stone for me to get back into it. And yeah.
Did you have to be realistic with yourself at that stage? You've not played for a while. You've been a free agent for a few months as well. Did you have to be realistic in terms of what you were going to be able to do?
I think it's hard, like as a footballer, as probably anyone, to be realistic with yourself, because as soon as you start playing, you want to be the best version of yourself every day in training and in the game. But I did, in the end, in retrospect, had to be sort of realistic with myself, and I'd had a few months out, and even when I wasn't out, I was only training. I wasn't playing many matches. I think I only played 3 games for Rovers last season, so I did have to be realistic with myself in what I could give. But I felt like I did give as much as I could, and I'm happy that's sort of I've been rewarded with a contract here, and now I need to give more.
You were coming on initially and making impact off the bench and earning yourself a start, so it went fairly well.
Yeah, exactly. And like for me, inside myself, I wanted to start the first game, and I wanted to score as many, like a hat trick in the first game. But again, going back to being realistic, I needed to sort of get some minutes under my belt, build myself up, and then I think I played 8 of the 9 last games, and that's a good return.
Was there a level of uncertainty for you, obviously, with the change of manager so soon after the end of the season, kind of before you'd been told whether you were staying or not?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it doesn't help anyone, not just me. And I had a really good relationship with past manager and all the staff there, and they helped me like no ends. They got me back into the game and gave me the confidence and belief that I could still do it. And now, with the new staff, they've been great to me. I obviously met them a few weeks ago, and they said they wanted to keep me here, and I was really happy with that.
What was it like going in for that meeting on that day?
Nervous, like anything. When you want something or when you want to do well, you're nervous, and I wanted them to know what I could give. And obviously, I've played against their teams before and had conversations with them before, so I knew they knew who I was, but I wanted to be wanted like any player does, and I'm glad that's the case.
Grant's spoken about being impressed with what you produced when you were at Coventry and initially at Bristol Rovers as well, and wanted to bring that back, and that'll be music to your ears.
Yeah, it is, and that's exactly what I've been wanting to bring back for the last couple of years. I've been, in any uncertain terms, not been able to be out on the pitch and performing, and they've given me an opportunity to do that, so now I've got to repay them.
In terms of pre-season, or even heading into pre-season, what are the goals for you over the next few weeks?
To get myself as fit as possible. Want to be ready for the first day and earn my shirt and then keep it.
And then there's going to be tremendous competition for places. We've already got a solid midfield anyway with options, and yourself added to that. Likely to be more players coming in as well. You'll be relishing that challenge as well.
Yeah, definitely. I think competition helps any player to perform to their best. You need to be pushed, whether people sort of like it or not. But and it will drive standards in the squad, and hopefully we'll be able to push us to compete for the top spots.
How excited are you for the coming season, both for yourself personally and for what Grant's putting together? Yeah,
no, I'm really excited for myself. Being a part of this project, and it's a good feeling for myself coming from a couple of years of not having too much of an influence on the sort of team in the season, to now being able to put my foot in and try and earn my shirt.
What have you made to sort of what the base that is there to be built on for success this season? The players that are already in the building and the ones that have already been added.
Well, that's a big reason why I didn't hesitate in signing, and I wanted to be offered a contract here because I could see that the base and the foundations being built, and I've known that it's not easy after a relegation. You don't just go straight back up. Sometimes it's not as easy as that, and you have to build the foundations up and make sure you're strong enough to be able to compete at this level, because it's not easy to get out. And I could see that was being done last season, and it's not a quick process, but I'm here and I'm on board for it.
We now know the full makeup of League Two for next season. How do you assess how tough a challenge it's going to be?
Yeah, it's going to be the toughest, probably one of the toughest that I've been around for. Plenty of big teams, big stadiums, and yeah, it's going to be competitive, but that's what everyone wants.
But the intent here seems to be very much we're going to be right up there and battling for those automatic places.
Yeah, I'm sure we're not going to be the only team that's fighting for that. So you've got to put in the work, and pre-season is going to be a big sort of eye opener into where we think we can finish. But definitely we'll be pushing.
Looking forward to get going.
Yeah, certainly.